This is a short video to examine the interaction of liminality, communitas, gestalt, flow, default mode networks, and dreamlike experiences in the arts. Let's start with an important figure. Victor Turner was a famous British cultural anthropologist who worked on notions of symbols, rituals, and rites of passage. His book on the ritual process introduced the words communitas and liminality. The word limin describes a kind of threshold, a time-place where we remove ourselves from the day-to-day and our experiences achieve a sort of integration. Turner was interested in liminal space because he studied community rituals, and he was fascinated in how rituals mark one time space as being different from ordinary time spaces. Time spaces are where our senses of being seem to become integrated, less fragmented, and more whole. The integration speaks to a concept called gestalt, when the sum of parts becomes greater than the parts themselves. In a sense, liminal space allows an individual to perceive of the fragmented elements of human experience as a unified whole, bringing about a restored sense of meaning and purpose. If violence is fragmentation, gestalt moves can be restorative. Turner's idea of communitas speaks to how liminal experiences seem to make communities stronger. Rituals are powerful because they remove layers of individuality, status, and prestige, and create a unifying experience. These spaces allow community structures to be critiqued and renewed, because stepping from the individual to selfless space can be a healthy act for so many communities. In a very similar vein, Csikszentmihalyi crafted a similar but different theory of selflessness. This theory, called flow theory, refers to those moments when athletes, artists, musicians, public speakers seem to be in the zone. Think of the most amazing basketball player you've ever seen at the top of his or her game. When that individual gets in the zone, nothing rattles them. They make every single shot. Time stands still and moves quickly at the same time. They are in flow. So this theory describes a kind of psychological equilibrium. Csikszentmihalyi wanted to capture these moments when artists lose all sense of time and become completely engrossed in their work. When we feel like we are riding a cloud of energy and are at a level of effortless excellence. In the most amazing and transformative moments of music making, this is what happens to musicians. There is a neurological mode that is relevant to this discussion, and it is called default mode. Default mode is of intense interest to neuroscience because it is what happens within the brain when the human meditates, dreams, or when the human achieves a kind of centered equilibrium or flow. This mode deactivates our centers of fear and lights up networks that enhance a balanced sense of being. So why does all this matter? In the video to come, you will watch a group of traumatized child soldiers attempting to reclaim their sense of being human through the arts. They reclaim this by entering liminal space through music and dance. They enter states of flow, deactivating the highly aroused centers of fear from the extreme trauma of being a child soldier. Music and dance activate networks that are restorative to human emotion and cognition. This is the most important interrelationship between self and selflessness, liminal space, communitas, flow, default mode, and restorative healing.